Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 3 of Talking Fap. As always, I'm your host, Chris, the future Fap champion, coming this Sunday when I regain the Fap title at Survivor Series. But that's this Sunday. We're talking right now. First, before I get into today's topic, I want to say that this is the last episode of Talking Fap in front of the camera. We will be switching to a podcast. I don't know if you probably can't see it. I'm trying to get it in the frame. I don't fucking know if this is in the frame. But it's my blue snowball with the microphone setup and yada yada yada. So we're going to be doing a podcast of Talking Fap. It's going to be around 15 to 30 minutes each week. I'll talk about random shit. I'll have people on. Black Sheep will come on. Maybe I'll get my sweet mate on. He doesn't know shit about wrestling, so that'll be pretty funny. But that's next week. We need to talk right now. So the big news coming in is The Undertaker is actually back. And he's going to be wrestling a lot more than you think. So on SmackDown this past Tuesday, just yesterday, he said if Team SmackDown doesn't win, they'll be hell to pay. And he said he's back for good or something along the lines of that. So basically, The Undertaker will be wrestling for a decent amount of time leading up to WrestleMania. Now this has made me believe that most likely whoever costs Team SmackDown will face The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble. That's my early prediction. I think Team SmackDown, their main roster or main event talent will lose. Their tag teams will win and their women's will win. But their main eventers will lose and Randy Orton will be the one to cost them. It'll be Orton and Bray Wyatt. Maybe they fuck up something or whatever. They cost the team and that will lead to a Randy Orton-Undertaker feud for the Royal Rumble. Because the Royal Rumble is 4 hours long for those of you that don't know. So the Royal Rumble is going to need some help. So Taker's probably going to need to be on the Rumble card, considering a 4-hour show is pretty fucking long. It's pretty long. So you're going to need an Undertaker match, most likely on that card, to go with 2 title matches, the Royal Rumble match itself, and whatever other title matches there are. So you bring in Taker. I would assume he feuds with Orton, and then that will lead into the final feud of him versus John Cena. Please have it happen. WrestleMania, it has to happen. The Undertaker takes on John Cena in his final match. It's the only thing that makes sense. So if you bring Taker back now, he's on SmackDown every week. And also, at the end of SmackDown, right before their dark match, Kane came out and Undertaker and Kane stood together. So you have Taker come back. He's already here. He faces Orton as a holdover, get him working back in the ring. He doesn't have to wrestle any matches until the Rumble. Feuds with Orton, gets that done and over with. Orton does his own thing after his match. He wrestles in the Rumble, does whatever, yada yada yada. He can do whatever he wants. He's Randy Orton. Undertaker then would shift to John Cena, and him and Cena would face at WrestleMania, because Cena will probably stray away from any WWE title pictures, considering AJ Styles is taking on Ambrose, so he's kind of busy with that. And then there's rumors that Styles could be taking on Shawn Michaels at the Rumble, but I think the most logical thing will be Styles takes on Cena at the Rumble, and Undertaker takes on Orton. Undertaker beats Orton, Styles beats Cena and Undertaker then converge and face at WrestleMania. That's the thing that makes the most sense. So that is the main topic, but I also want to talk about a few other things. Now last week I talked about Sami Zayn possibly being traded to SmackDown, The Miz being traded to Raw. Well, now I'm in full belief The Miz will be staying on SmackDown, Sami Zayn will be staying on Raw, but the Intercontinental Championship will be going to Raw, and Kalisto will be bringing the Cruiserweights to SmackDown. That's what I've come to believe. Now, at Roadblock, Roman Reigns is scheduled to face Kevin Owens. So there's a chance that they have Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens merge the United States and Universal Championship. And then Sami Zayn already brings over the Intercontinental Championship, so they have their mid-card title. Then the Cruiserweights, who have 205 Live debuting soon, will be on SmackDown. You have the Cruiserweight title then also on SmackDown. Now, am I the biggest fan of it? No. The positives, I like Sami Zayn winning the title. For those of you that don't know, The Miz randomly beat Dolph Ziggler, and he'll be facing Sami Zayn at Survivor Series. So that leads me even more into believing that Sami Zayn will be defeating The Miz, because why else would The Miz win? It makes sense. Good guy, bad guy. Have him face typical wrestling. This Wrestling 101. So Miz can easily drop the belt to Zayn in a normal fashion. Miz can do whatever. Zayn brings the title, Intercontinental Championship, to Raw. They have another mid-card title instead of... Because Roman Reigns holding the mid-card title kind of hurts them in a sense. He's too big for it because you can't establish any mid-carders. You don't use any mid-carders for a mid-card title because it was just basically Reigns and Rusev, and they're also main eventers. So can't really manage that. But now when you look on the flip side for SmackDown, they're set at the tag team division. They'll have the cruiserweight division. They'll have 205 Live. They don't have a mid-card title then. So now you have the gap of Ziggler and Miz and a couple other guys. But to be honest, there's really not that many other guys that fit in for the mid-card rivalries where you need a mid-card title. Because, I mean, say Ziggler held on to the Intercontinental Championship for longer. Who would he face? Kurt Hawkins, Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin again. Those are really the only mid-carders. So now you bring in the Cruiserweight title. They have their own division. They'll be on SmackDown. They'll be SmackDown's other title. Miz and Ziggler they're basically main eventers, so they're still in the main event role, can be in the title picture, and then you have a great amount of tag teams. I think their tag division's great. So I think this is the best situation. Miz stays on SmackDown. Zayn stays on Raw. The Intercontinental Championship will be going to Raw. The Cruiserweight title will be going to SmackDown, especially because 205 Live. Come on. It's like they're telling us this is happening. So this can be a little bit of a shorter episode. Really, there's a lot more I could talk about, but pretty busy, and also I want to save a lot of talking when I start doing the podcast. So that's going to be it for episode number 3 of Talking Fap. I am Chris, Fap Reactions. Again, your future 2-time Fap champion. I also hold something prestigious that you might not be remembering that could also lead me to becoming a Fap champion a little bit faster. We have some big news coming with Fap in the upcoming months. We have big videos coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you like the video if you haven't already. Leave a comment. I want to know your opinion on anything. Just tell me how your day is. I don't care. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. What are you doing here if you're not subscribed? Get subscribed now. Tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your mom, tell your mom's friends, tell them all. Subscribe now. Join the Fap Nation. I'm Chris. I'll see you guys next time.